Hello everyone. I'm James S. Bray with Oneironauts for Reason, a community of lucid dreamers who support science, reason, and clear communication on the topic. I started the Facebook page about a month ago and we already have 100 likes, and we have since created a Facebook group where our members can get to know each other a little bit better. As well, I have taken other recommendations that you have given, which resulted in the creation of our group on minds.com, as well as an Instagram account where you can see all of the infographics we put out in one convenient place. I'd like to take this time to thank those of you who have been supporting this movement already, with recommendations, shares, and adding subtitles to our videos so we can reach a wider audience. I'd also like to thank Gemma personally, who runs our Instagram account and is now a moderator of the Oneironauts for Reason Facebook group. The support and interaction of our members is of the utmost importance to the movement we are starting to create. There is simply no way that I could do it all on my own, and if we are to ever achieve our goals in this, it will most definitely take effort on the part of everyone involved, no matter how small an effort it might seem. That's why I wanted to take the time to clearly outline how I think Oneironauts for Reason can be as effective as possible in our pursuits. To recap a bit, our main focus is to simply create a community for like-minded lucid dreamers to talk and support each other without having to wade through all of the metaphysical nonsense that is constantly being spouted in every corner where lucid dreaming is discussed. Second, we hope to make the rational perspective more prominent in the lucid dreaming community. And third, we hope to encourage and support further studies into the topic and to do our part to clear up a lot of the misinformation that is subverting lucid dreaming and the good it can do in the world. So, how do we get there? Personally, I feel that it has to start with the community. So far, we've been building a group of people who are ready to talk about lucid dreaming on a more reasonable level. We have our page where you can find updates and content put out by OFR staff, and our groups in which you can talk with others to build a sense of community around it. Step 1 is to simply be active in our community. So, don't be shy, get out there and post topics and begin conversing with your fellow reasonable Oneironauts. By talking to and supporting each other, we can more easily reach common ground and clarify our thoughts to each other and to ourselves. I can already say that hearing your feedback and talking to some of you personally has already helped me to clarify my position quite a lot already. We have to understand what others are saying and learn to articulate our own arguments as clearly as possible if this is going to work. And community interaction is the most straightforward way to do this. Just be active in the group. Step 2 is something that I think has to occur on a more individual level. Each of us, as Oneironauts for Reason, must simply make the decision to stand up for reason in the lucid dreaming community. But what does standing up for reason entail? I think the first and most important point is that we simply cannot allow metaphysical claims to go unchallenged. The fact that such things as shared dreaming and physical healing through lucid dreams are prevalent in the community is, to my mind, evidence that we have let these things go unchallenged for far too long. This does not mean that we should insult people who make such claims, but that we should openly criticize these ideas and be willing to interact with the people making them. This is, for lack of a better term, a war of ideas. Good ideas will prevail, while bad ideas will be made obvious through respectful and open discourse. As well, I think a big part of this is to help those who make these claims understand how they can test the claims for themselves. In my own lucid dreaming journey, I have put as many of these metaphysical claims to the test as I possibly could. This resulted in the outlook that I have today, and I'm sure you have taken a similar journey yourself. So when someone says that lucid dreams and out-of-body experiences are not the same thing, we can explain to them how they can use the scientific method to find the truth for themselves. Right now, there is not enough research being done into lucid dreaming to always be able to point to a study for every single claim. However, with a scientific mindset and solid experimentation and documentation, Oneironauts have the ability to prove what is true to themselves via their own personal experiences, while eliminating as much room for error as possible. Remember that we are not pushing an agenda, but empowering people to find the truth for themselves. They needn't have any specific set of beliefs for them to see the truth and to come to our side, as it were. All they need is to learn to utilize the scientific method so they can find the truth themselves. When they test many of these claims as we have, they will be able to easily see that they do not hold water. And step 3 to achieving our goals is to work on coming out of our shells in our personal lives. Oftentimes, lucid dreamers are afraid to bring up their interest in lucid dreaming to others that they meet, for fear of sounding deluded or hippy-dippy. This is something that we absolutely must work on overcoming. In my own experience, I had the same reservations, but when I decided to open up and talk to people about lucid dreaming, I have found far more people who are interested in the idea than those who would disregard me because of it. In any case, it's important to inform those who react with disbelief that lucid dreaming is a scientifically validated practice. It's just as real and as useful as meditation. Know the lucid dreaming studies by Hearn and LaBerge so you can accurately convey this to the naysayers. Once people know that you're talking about something proven by science, they are much less likely to misunderstand where you are coming from. This then becomes an opportunity to not only have a good conversation about an interest, but to turn other people onto the idea as well. Lucid dreaming is still very far outside the mainstream perspective, and I believe a large reason for this is because those of us who have found this practice useful have been unwilling to speak up about it. Imagine the conversations you would have, the friends you could make, and the impact you could have on the zeitgeist by simply finding the courage to talk about something you love. It's a win-win-win. Just talk about it. Now we are left with the discussion of how we can, as a whole, make a change in the lucid dreaming community. This is something that, I believe, cannot be done until the previous 3 criterion have been met by our members. Suffice to say that it would be wonderful if we could directly fund lucid dreaming research and education via donations when such opportunities arise. Sometimes this will be by crowdfunding, other times we may have to go out of our way to find organizations worthy of our support. The International Association for the Study of Dreams is clearly off this list before it even begins. Just visit their website and look at some of the crazy claims they're making on the topic. The OFR staff will be doing our part to make these sorts of opportunities known in the future and to organize charitable donations when we have found worthy recipients. This is likely a long way off, but always a plan for the future. As well, it would be great if we could take out ad space and lucid dreaming platforms online and e-zines and websites to help reach a wider audience in the community and try to get them to investigate the more rational perspective for themselves. As well, I think it would be a great long-term goal to focus on starting an ad campaign to spread lucid dreaming awareness in the waking world. I think about looking up and seeing "Are you dreaming?" printed on a billboard or on the side of a bus and can't help feeling a little bit giddy about it. Again, these are long-term goals that cannot be achieved without us first making the effort. We must independently build the Oneironauts for Reason community, and each of us must do our part to stand up for reason in the lucid dreaming community on our own. I hope this video has been informative and that you are willing to join me in actively standing up for reason in the lucid dreaming community. Thank you.